What's good? So today I'm making homemade laundry soap, and I'm sorry for the background noise. That's my bathroom fan because we are in the bathroom. I need to grate these bar soap, so I'm gonna fast forward and grate these quickly into this turntable so that you guys don't have to listen to the fan. So let's get started. I was trying to figure out how to get the shredded soap pieces into the jar because the measuring spoon was a little bit too big to go inside the jar, so I'm just struggling a little bit, but I figured out how to do it, and I will leave the recipe for everything down below. Okay, so here I am struggling with the baking soda, but I'm just filling up the jar, and eventually I will make sure that all the clumps are out as needed when I make the mixture. And I'm labeling each jar so that I don't get mixed up between the washing soda and borax. And so I'm just writing on tape for each jar, and usually I have like better labels and stuff, but I figured I'll probably use these jars temporarily and then figure out something to use afterwards. But here I am just labeling everything and then using my X-Acto knife to open the box. So with the bigger boxes for the borax and washing soda, I definitely have a leftover. So I'm gonna probably just end up putting it in a Ziploc bag and then storing it on the shelf for to make sure that there's no moisture in it getting into it. But here I am just filling up the jar as much as possible because this is how I use my laundry soap. And then I'm making a little bit of a mixture here because I only use washing soda and baking soda for the guinea pig stuff, and then for my clothes, I use this mixture. So for the mixture, I'm starting off with 1/3 of a cup of the bar soap, 1 cup of washing soda, half a cup of baking soda, and half a cup of borax as well. So this is my fancy way of mixing, but I don't recommend mixing it if you get allergic to any dust that flies around, because I didn't know that and there was a lot of dust.
Alright guys, so I have all of these bath mats to wash. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here. Sorry, ignore the dirty clothes on the ground. But using that concoction that I just made, you can see half of it in the sink there, but using this, it has all the ingredients, and I will give you the mixture on the screen. But using this, I'm just going to crush up this, so I'm only going to use half a tablespoon because that's all I need, and that's quite a bit.
Right here is when I realized that I used my clothes mixture on the guinea pigs mats, but it's okay. I only used a little bit to see how strong the scent would stay onto the mats, to see if the guinea pigs will react to it or not. So I'm just gonna see once I clean their cage if they're okay with it. From my smell, I can't smell any of the lemon from the bar soap, so hopefully it works.
For the laundry machine to wash all of my bath mats that are brand new for my guinea pigs. It's also lemon scented, so I don't want to have too much of a lemon scent on their clothes, so, or like their bedding. So I'm just going to use this, and even that I can just use baking soda and washing soda and baking soda and use that in the laundry machine, which would be a lot better because it's not scented stuff for my guinea pigs. But I'm going to try out this because that's what I wanted to do, is to see if it leaves a lemony scent. They're okay with a light scented detergent. They don't get irritated or any kind of like irritation. So I really wanted to try this and see how it goes to putting in the wash. So let's get started with doing a load of laundry. Okay, so here is my washer, and it currently, we just have it preset. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use a delicate cycle because I'm using bath mats, and then I'm going to do a second rinse. So I'm going to leave it on warm and then just do like the warm cycle with an extra rinse, which should be okay for my bath mats. And I also don't want to ruin them. So here we go. There is, I'm gonna leave it to a large load. I'm just looking at the door. So this has some different things because I don't really wash this kind of stuff in here. So let me see. Hold on. Okay, so I think I can even do it on a cold cycle. So I'm going to do auto temperature to cold, but I do want the powder mix to become like go into the water. So actually let's do warm, and then I'm just going to preset it to what we normally do, which is 10, and just get ready to wash.
So altogether I used about 1 tablespoon of the powder mix that I had made, and then I just put in all of the bath mats and let it wash, and then once it was finished I set it to do a second rinse, so that I can make sure that all the soap residue, if any, was removed from any of the bath mats before putting it in the dryer.
Alright guys, so I am usually I put beads in the wash, but I'm not using these this time because it is the guinea pig stuff and I don't want it to be too scented for them. So I'm gonna wait for the wash to go and finish, and then I'll be back in a little bit to give you an update on the smell of the bath mats and if I like it or not.